Hey, yo, yo, yo. No, that's not what I said.
Yo, yo, yo.
I know, right? Let me start it another way. Yo, what's good, y'all? What's good? We back.
Not beating them unk allegations.
Okay, all right. Slow down now. All right, we just started the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Xevi had a problem with another episode of the Xevi Had a Problem podcast. Welcome. You know, we had to give y'all another one. ASAP because we seen all the comments, man. We appreciate the comments that y'all be leaving, like truly. And I even seen comments on my other videos saying how much they enjoyed the podcast and they're, you know, people are glad that it's back. So appreciate y'all, man. So, you know, I didn't know y'all liked it that much. Truly, like the love that we've been seeing was fantastic. So we said, man, we got to throw these out a lot more often.
It was a surprise to me too.
Yeah, man. Anyway, let's get it going, right? You know, man, this is what I want to talk about first, actually. I want to talk about Bam Adebayo, who's a basketball player in the NBA. He scored 83 points in a game. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about basketball or don't watch basketball, that is a monumentous achievement. Only a few people have scored 70. Actually, Amanda, can you look that up? How many people have scored 70 in a game? A handful of people scored 50 in a game. Only 2 people have scored more than 80 in a game. One of them is Kobe Bryant with 81 points. And another one now is Bam Adebayo. There's one more person that scored 100 points named Wilt Chamberlain, but I'm convinced he played with plumbers back in the day. No, listen. Bro, that boy played in what, 19 something. And you know what I'm saying? Like he was all right. I'm not gonna hit on Will. He might have been balling. I genuinely have no idea.
Back when them shorts were real short.
I'm saying that boy was averaging like 50 points a game though. Like he was really good. But
yeah, he was playing with Tim and Gerald and them.
This is what I'm saying. You see it? Like he playing with folk. That's it. Okay. My day job right now. I can't come to that game, coach. I got a plumbing job. And the coach probably be like, oh, no. I got that same job. I'm coming with you. Like, we got to skip this game. We got
carpool.
Nah, I'm hating on Will. He scored 100 points. Will scored 100 points. And Bam Adebayo, 83. For a little more reference, teams score around 100 points, 120 points. So someone scoring 83 points, that's like they scored most of the points. Now, all that being said, Bam had a problem. So this is a controversial, it seems, 80-point game. I thought he scored 83 points. Me and my dad were watching and we're like, oh, okay, cool. And my sister, we're like, oh, okay, cool. He scored 83 points. That's dope. Bro, you are so annoying.
Sorry, I'm at work, guys.
All right, anyway, my sister worked from home. Shout out my sister. But anywho, he scored 83 points and we thought, okay, cool, that's it. Lo and behold, we looking at the comments and all that, and people are going crazy on him. Now, it seems a big reason why people are upset.
Oh, by the way, the amount of players who've scored 70 plus points in a game is 10 different players.
Oh, that's a lot more than I thought. Wait, can you list out the players for the NBA fans out there? And so I know Devin Booker is one of them, right? Damian Lillard is another one. Damn, who else we got?
Do you want me to list the players?
Yeah. Hit it out. Who we got?
So in order of like when it happened, number 1 was Wilt Chamberlain, 100 points in 1962.
Man. Oh, you're counting the people who scored. No, I was saying 70 to 80 points. You know what I'm saying?
That's very specific
Technically,
range.
No, think about it. Because what I said was like one person scored 100 points, 2 people scored 80 points and over. So technically, like the people who scored 70 points and over is 7, right?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8?
8 people have scored 70.
Wait, is Bam Adebayo on that list?
No.
Okay, so 11 people have scored 70 and up. Are y'all keeping up? Think about it. So you think about this. Hold on. Let me lock in for a second before I lose this. Y'all know that 88 to be blaring like the Sharingan. Okay, so 11 people scored 70 and up. One of those people is Wilt Chamberlain with 100. 2 of those people, Bam Adebayo and Kobe Bryant with over 80. So that means 8 people have scored from 70 to 80 points. Ooh, am I right?
5, 6, 7, 8. Yes.
Okay. Okay, we locked in. All right, so who we got?
So Wilt Chamberlain, 100 points in 1962.
No, we already said 100 points. You can skip him. Go. I said that whole speech. All right, go.
1962 is kind of crazy though. Like
1962 was when he was playing.
Bro, he couldn't even go drink a water fountain at like a whites only.
That's crazy. Can you imagine scoring 100 points in a basketball game?
If I scored 100 points on you and I couldn't drink from your water fountain, you're trash.
No. That's what I'm saying. Look, can you imagine scoring 100 points and then leaving and they're like, all right, you can't come into the hotel. Bro.
I'm better than you.
Bro, I'm trying to say.
Get out of my way. Number 2 is Elgin Baylor.
Okay, Elgin Baylor.
71 points, 1960. Okay. Dang.
1960 is crazy.
I didn't know they had basketball back then.
Them boys putting in all that work. To not. That's crazy that you said that. To not like go in the same like hotels and like what.
Yeah, that's crazy,
bro.
David Thompson, 73 points, 1978. Okay. David Robinson.
Oh, David Robinson. Shout out David Robinson.
71 points in 1994. Okay, we're finally getting to the color times. Kobe Bryant, 81 points, 2006. No, we're going to skip Kobe, right? I'm just saying all the numbers.
All right, just say it all. Just say it all. I'm over here.
I just confused. Devin Booker. Oh, wet like I'm booked.
Wet like I'm booked. Yeah. Okay. For those of you that don't know, that's a Drake song. I always say wet like I'm booked. What? All right. Chill.
70 points.
Wet like I'm booked. Wet like I'm.
70 points. 2017. Donovan Mitchell, 71 points. 2023. Damian Lillard, 71 points. 2023. Joel Embiid, 70 points. Joel Embiid
scored 70. Okay, Africa. Shout out my dog, boy. Yeah.
70 points, 2024. And Luka Doncic, 73 points, 2024.
Shout out my boy Luka, man. I got to get that boy jersey. Anywho.
It's impossible for you to be scoring that much points and you're playing against me. I won't let it happen.
You see, shout out to my sis. That's a real dog. Y'all not peeping game. That's a real dog. No. That's a real dog. And this will go to the point of the story. That's important to say to the story because, bro, scoring 70 on my body?
No, I'll end my life.
Insane?
I'll end my life on the court.
No, you crazy, bro. You go out.
I'll do it.
In the game.
Yes, let's stop the whole game. Yes, you're not going to make it.
Oh, no. Okay,
I'll cause a scene.
Look, listen. All right, so let's go back to the story real quick before we get too sidetracked. So, now that you know basically the structure of how many people have scored above 70, like you know how rare it is, okay? So Bam Adebayo scores 83 points, but people were saying, a phrase I was saying online it was an unethical 80 points. Unethical 80 points, okay? So during the game, Bam Adebayo shoots about 40 free throws, okay? Free throws are like, you get fouled, and if you don't know what a foul is at this point, then maybe you should gotta blaze over this segment.
Yeah, just ride the ride.
Just ride the ride. All right, so you get fouled, and then you go to the free throw. You get 2 free shots if it's a 2-pointer, 3 free shots if it's a 3-pointer. Okay, so he gets fouled, I guess, a whole bunch of times, and he has 40 free throw opportunities. That's a lot of free throws, a lot of fouls. So people looking at the other team like, why are you fouling him so much? At a certain point, like, you got to chill. The other team is the Washington Wizards. Now, respectfully, the Washington Wizards are not a very good team right now. They're just not a very good team right now, okay? And, well, you can't be a very good team if you're getting 83 points scored on you. I don't care if you're a Washington Wizards fan. I don't care if you're from the Washington Wizards and you are watching this video.
Not all 7 of them booing right now.
No, listen to me. No, you are not good. You are not a good team at this moment. You can get better in the future, but right now, if you have 83 on your body, you're not good, but that's okay. All right. So fast forward a little bit. Okay, after the game. Oh wait, excuse me. Actually, a little bit. Let's talk about the game a little bit more. Because during the games, now a lot of times during games like this, a player might sub themselves out, but not really, or a coach will sub them out. A coach will bring them out of the game. Okay, like Klay Thompson was having an insane, historic game one time a while back where he was scoring a whole bunch in quarters. Like he was scoring like 30 a quarter. Like he was on track to break records. His coach, Steve Kerr, pulls him out of the game. He basically said, you're not bigger than a program, all right? You need to be locked in with your team. Like, ain't no individual awards out here. We're not giving no individual awards out here. We're trying to win a championship. Like, sit down, okay? Hey,
So, but why? Like, I understand the bigger than program thing, but if he's gonna score more points for the team, like, doesn't that matter too?
That's a good question. So the team was already winning at that point. So his team was already winning by a whole lot. So basically, in Steve Kerr's mind, well, I'm gonna guess this is what was going through his head as a coach is if you're out there and the team's already winning by a whole lot, the risk of you just getting injured and us not going to a deep playoff run are way higher. Like, that's why during the end of games, if a team's winning by a lot, they take out all their really good players and put in the players that usually sit on the bench. Because they're like, why would I have LeBron James out there if we're winning by 40 points? He's just going to run around and he might get hurt. There's no point. So he's saying, Klay Thompson, we're already winning by a whole lot. Why are you out there? Is it only to score a whole bunch of points? I'm not going to allow that. You need to sit down. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, he sits him down, and Bam Adebayo, his team is winning by a whole lot, clearly, because Bam is playing against the Washington Wizards. And his coach keeps him out there. In fact, his coach wants him to score a whole bunch, and his coach basically does things to slow the game down so Bam could get more opportunities to shoot and score on people. So people are saying, oh, that's unethical. Like, it's not just a straight back and forth game. Your coach is slowing the game down for you. Your coach is not pulling you out of the game. He's trying to make plays for you to score these points. And the Washington Wizards suck and they keep fouling you. This is the argument as to why Bam Adebayo's game was not ethical. Okay, I'm not saying it's my argument. I'm just saying this is like the discourse behind it.
Sound like some haters.
I could agree with that.
His team is like, and his coach is supporting him.
Yeah, I saw a guy look back at Kobe's game when Kobe scored 81 and Kobe had 20 free throws, and a lot of them were during the end of the game. 20 free throws is still a lot. It's definitely not as much as 40. But a lot of Kobe's shots were really, really tough. At the end of the day, what counts, I guess, as, oh yeah, hey, that's a really good point that you just said. His team is supporting him. I guess that's another perspective. That's another way to see it. His coach and his team is supporting him to score that 80 and above. Like,
yeah, they were saying that for Kobe, when he made that many points, it's because he was ball hogging.
Well,
that's what someone said.
Okay,
I mean, I don't know, but that's what
but Kobe traditionally, I mean, in Kobe's words, he's like, if I could score the point, why would I give it to you? Like, if I could, he said, if I could score the point better than you, why would I give it to you?
That's
Go
fair.
Get the rebound. Those are Kobe's words. Like, he owned up to it. He said, yes, I do hog the ball because I score better than you. But,
well,
regardless, what's the point? I swear there's a point here.
I'm going to believe you. I'm going to trust you.
I got you. Look. No, the point is basically, like, let me just pause. The point is basically like, is there an asterisk around Bam's 80-point game? So it's, when I say asterisk, it's like during the 2020 playoffs, they played in something called the bubble. So it was a very, very, very different playoffs, and the Lakers won. And when I say different playoffs, there was no crowds. People were all in the same area. It was different. So some people put an asterisk by that Laker championship, that LeBron championship, because LeBron was in the Lakers at that time. And they say, like, that was like an easier one. Like, or, that's what I mean by asterisk. So not what I think, by the way. I think there's an argument to be made that was a very tough playoff run. But anyway, so is there an asterisk around Bam Adebayo? Amanda, I'm assuming, from what I'm gathering, what you were saying is you don't think so. You think that's like a clean 83. It's part of the game, like he's going.
Yeah, anybody can have an asterisk. We could put an asterisk in front of Wilt Chamberlain. He was playing against the Harlem Globetrotters.
That's true. And the Harlem Globetrotters were supposed to be good, by the way. It's the other one. For your analogy, I'm assuming you're saying like playing against like bad people.
No, the Harlem Globetrotters, weren't they like a...
No, they're like a fake team. They're not... I mean, they're an entertainment team. They're not like an actual team.
Bro, it's not good. We have to explain the joke, bro. Just cut the...
No. I'm trying to help you explain... I'm trying to help you with the joke. Like, I'm trying to... No, listen. No, because you're saying like he was playing against the Harlem Globetrotters, trying to explain the fact that Wilt was basically playing against some scrubs and bums. But in the actual Harlem Globetrotter theater, because they're like an entertainment team, they were supposed to be really good, and they would always beat a team called the Generals. I think they were called the Generals, but you know, this is why you're here. Can you look it up real quick?
Can you release me from my shame?
Yeah, the Harlem Globetrotters, they played against, I believe, the Generals. So, in your analogy, what you want to say is, and I'm going to say it in your voice too, I mean, or your tone. I feel like, you know, there could be an asterisk on anything. I mean, Will was good, but he was playing against, the Generals. Oh! You see? This is what you meant. Anyway, so your point is basically, okay, so 83 solid, like it's all good. Like, you know,
whatever, bro.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
Like, what are y'all talking about, bro?
What are we talking about?
He's playing the YMCA trying to critique this guy. Like, he scored 83 points. His team supported him.
Come on.
Let's say congratulations and go back to our day jobs.
This is what I'm saying. Now, on the flip side, I watched some of that game. And it was a little like wild though. Like there's no asterisk in my opinion. If you're playing against a team that sucks, you're playing against a team that sucks. Like that's just what it is. There's been trash teams all throughout the decades, and you don't see people scoring 80 on them. Like 80 points is hard, okay? But it's crazy because I was watching the Wizards play against Bam. Bro, they was doing some things that was blowing my mind. I'm not gonna lie, like. Bro, they was running. At one point, they literally had 3 people on them. Honestly, I've never seen a triple team before in my whole life. Like, I've never seen one. I'm sure they existed and they haven't, but they had 3 people running at Bam, and they trying to grab bro, and he's still scoring buckets on them. That heated me up. Like, it got me mad, bro. Like, bro, like, are you not angry if you're on the other team? And you know what pissed me off even more? I saw a player in the Wizards put his hands over his head. Bro, that heated me up. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It was during a foul, like, and arguably, it didn't really look too much like a foul on Bam. Like, it looked like a soft foul, I'm not gonna lie. But he puts his hands over his head like, oh my God, look at the box score. The boy got 80 on you. You should be worried. Ain't no, oh my God, is that a foul? Tell your coach to sub you out.
Yeah.
Or lock him up.
Yeah, back to YMCA, bro.
Or don't put your hands over your head. Get angry. You know what I'm trying to say here, Amanda?
That's what I mean. He would not have went past 30 with me. Like
this is what I'm trying to say. Don't be like, here we go again. Boy, if you don't lock up, if you don't do that whole smack the floor thing and get on up, you know what I'm saying? One hand up, put one hand on the side for the steal. Hey, you tripping. Okay?
So
abolish the team. Abolish the team. And take the coach out with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, regardless. Shout out Bam, man. He scored 83, man. Shout out to the guy. Anyway, what else we got?
I want some chips.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. I'm not the biggest fan of chips, so I don't want chips. But
you didn't have to preface that with "you're not gonna lie." We believe you.
That's just like a phrase. It's a saying that people say. But I could use some food. I'm not gonna lie. But we're gonna get some food after. Anyway, regardless, should we go into more serious? Now we'll go into a more serious topic after this. But this is what we should touch. You know, we was like looking at earlier. We were debating doing this topic honestly too, but I feel like it's kind of interesting since we're talking about like basically debate things. Timothy. I call him Timothee Chalamet, but apparently his name is Timothee Chalamet. Shout out Timothee Chalamet. But he was talking about man, you know the story better than me actually. Can you say it?
He was on a panel discussion with Matthew McConaughey, who is a pretty well-known actor, and I don't really know what they're talking about because I didn't watch the whole clip. But he was saying...
Was Matthew McConaughey interviewing him? Or
it looked like he was interviewing him.
It looked like Matthew McConaughey. So Matthew McConaughey, does he have an interview show? Or
I don't think so. It just looked like they were in an audience. A panel audience type thing.
Okay.
Yeah, probably like some type of fireside chat.
Okay.
Yeah, but Tim had said that he... Like, nobody cares about the ballet and the opera and the theater. and it stirred like a huge uproar. He said it in like almost a passing comment type of way. Okay. It was a little bit arrogant about how he was like, yeah, I guess I just lost 14 cents in viewership by saying that. Whatever.
Oh, he's basically like acknowledging the fact that he knows. He's like, oh,
it was a hot take to say.
It's a hot take. A hot take is the word. It's a hot take.
Yeah. And he got a lot of backlash from that, like from pretty like, well-respected actors and like the theater actors? And ballet. Yeah, just saying like, how dare you say something like that, basically.
Whoa.
And I thought it was interesting because I think he's right and wrong.
You know what we should do? We should get like his exact quote. Let's see if we can get his exact quote, so we can discuss it from there with the folks watching.
And I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore. Yeah. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there. I just lost 14 cents in viewership, but damn, I just took shots for no reason.
That's not a shot. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
That's interesting. Hearing it back, I don't think it's too crazy. Am I tripping? Like, because he said, I don't want to be work. I feel like that's like his opinion on what he wants to do. And
well, he said an opinion, tough. And then he said a statement about how, I forgot what I said.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. While you remember what you said, I don't know. Because I have a thing, me personally, I have a thing where I think everyone like should be able to say what they think, even if it's not very favorable to people.
I don't have that thing. I think some people should shut up, personally. And I think he's one of those people.
No, I'm saying because, like, to me personally, I feel like if somebody thinks a certain thing, but they don't say it out loud because they feel like they can't, it's like this person is thinking this thing. It's like an analogy. I think I used this a while back, but it's like if I have a friend, a white friend, why did I say that? But historically, I mean, you guys will see what I mean. But if I have a friend that says, hey, look, my dad doesn't like black people, then I'll be prepared. You know what I'm saying? I'll be more prepared going in. I'm going to like understand. But if he knows it's like a tough thing to say, he don't want to, this and that, like, or if he don't like black people, God, he's like, you cool, but I just don't like the blacks. Like, I would rather hear your hard opinion, quote unquote, so I can make a judgment myself. I feel like if Timothee Chalamet is like, he's like free to like say this thing, and if he says it, then you could form your own opinion like, oh man, you know what? I like the opera. I don't like that Timothee Chalamet said that. I don't rock with it.
Lots of people are doing. They formed their opinion on what he said and they think that he's full of
okay, but
whatever.
But I think people get visceral, like I think people get like a little like.
Well, right now he's not.
Like, why do you have that opinion? You know what I mean?
He's not seeing a very favorable light right now. I think he had a pretty bad press run with his last movie. What was it called?
Marty Supreme.
Yeah, Marty Supreme.
I heard he did really well in that.
Well, no,
he went crazy. No.
Oh, in the movie? I'm not really sure. I didn't watch the movie, but I mean specifically like the press run, the way he changed his style completely. Like,
people weren't like rocking with it.
Yeah, they weren't rocking with like the arrogance that he was trying to do and stuff. So, I think
maybe that's just him. Like, maybe that's just
it could be, but it did rub some people the wrong way.
But that's what I mean, though. Like there too. Like it kind of goes with. Does it make sense what I'm trying to say? Like I feel like it goes with like the speaking your mind in a sense, like being yourself in a sense. It's like if somebody is. The word I'm going to use is arrogant because this is the word that I guess people are using. So if somebody is like an arrogant person, it's like, do they have to like conform that? Do they have to like hold that down or like change that? Like if that's naturally like who they are, but they're like, okay, the world doesn't want like arrogance or world. Do I have to shift this? I don't know.
No, but you have to accept people's reactions to it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Based off that logic. So
that's true. And I you know what I think? I think what I'm trying to say here is like I'm okay. I think like people like forming their own opinion and saying, okay, I have this opinion about you is one thing, but I think people that would say something like, don't have that opinion, like, or you having that opinion is wrong in general. This is wrong. This is wrong, wrong, wrong. Or you being like this is wrong, wrong, wrong. And like get visceral because of that. They're like, this person's doing the wrong thing. And I feel like that's what a lot of people, well, I'm not even gonna say a lot. I feel like that's what people tend to do in these situations.
I do think he's wrong, but I do think he's right at the same time.
Yeah,
like
I could agree with that. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I don't think people, especially the people who have pitchforks against him, and I'm not talking about like the actual people who perform opera, the actual ballerinas.
Oh, well, we'll do it again. Do you say pitchforks or pitchforks? Also, do you say ballerinas or ballerinas? Which one was it? Let me look up the pitchforks. Okay.
Listen,
never mind. Go ahead. Carry on.
Whatever your earwaxed ears heard is what you heard.
There you go.
But I'm not talking about the people who actually perform in the arts. Those like people have a whatever, however they felt against it, like they felt offended. They have every right to feel that way.
Yeah, definitely.
But the people who have pitchforks against them, who have probably never even seen a ballet in their lives, right? Or can't even name a ballet, like
that's what I'm trying to say.
That basically. Part, I'm like, like he's kind of right that people don't really care about the opera. Like I do. I love the ballet. I love the opera. I go every single year. I go every quarter.
Do you really?
I do.
Oh, that's dope. Okay, I didn't know that about you. That's cool.
Right. Well, I love plays. Like I have a favorite Shakespeare play. So
you do like plays, yeah.
Yeah. So I think he's wrong because these institutions are important. Like they do matter, and to the people who love it, they do care about it, and they show up.
Yeah, exactly. In that same vein, that's what I think. I think generally saying something like people don't care about this, I will most of the time say like, come on, like I know that's a general statement, but like, bro, there could be a massive fan base behind a certain thing. It doesn't have to be as big of a fan base as like people are into movies and all that. But are you serious? Like, bro, if people abolish like this thing in general, opera in general, it's like there's a fan base of people who watch opera who are like, oh, that would be ridiculous. Like this, it might be all that they love and all that they do. People might have dreams of being an opera star. That's just a lane that he's not accustomed to.
But that's ironic because I heard that his mom and sister are ballerinas, so I think it's really interesting.
You know, he might know something that we don't, okay? He might know something that we don't. I'm not going to infer too much on his logic, but overarchingly, I think there's always going to be a group of people that are fans of something, you know? Like, you could say in general, okay, people want to... Hell, we could say that about movies right now, Timothy. Like, respectfully, I mean, not a lot of people are going to the theater right now. So in that same vein, somebody could literally sit right there and say the same exact thing. Oh, people are trying to just keep movies open and all that. So, you know, in the same vein, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless, I do kind of agree with his point. I mean, at the same time, because he's saying I don't want to do it. Yeah, well, if I could sing like that, if I could sing opera like that and somebody pulled up to me and like, hey, you want to do opera? Like, I'm like, but like, I'd rather throw out albums like Adele and them. Like, what you mean? Like this instant. Look.
It doesn't mean that it's not important.
Doesn't mean that's not important. But I don't think he was saying it wasn't important. From that statement, I don't think he was saying it's not important. I think people are like kind of inferring. And I guess that's kind of what we're doing here. The world's complicated. But regardless, I don't think he was like saying it wasn't important. I think he was even trying to pull back a little because he's like, maybe I was a little too hard. He's like, maybe I'm throwing shots here. Like,
I mean, he kept going. Like, look, I think regardless, I think we can all agree that we're tired of him dressing like Chingy.
Like Chingy? I didn't know this. Timothy Chalamet dresses like Chingy?
Yes. Like, that was like his whole press run. Like, he was just dressed like Billie Eilish, who dresses like Webby. It was a weird, like...
Oh, you're bugging, bro. You are absolutely tripping. Billie Eilish who dresses like Webby. Yes. All factual statements, but that's crazy. Whoa.
Bro, there was a comment on TikTok that said that Billie Eilish...
Shout out Billy, you know.
That there's a do-rag in the corner whispering to Billie Eilish like the Green Goblin mask.
Ain't no way.
The Green Goblin mask is actually sick.
If they wouldn't call it appropriation, on God, half of Billy's outfits would be do-rag laced.
I mean, she
do-rag
literally
laced. I swear on everything. If they didn't call it appropriation, she would throw on a do-rag with every other outfit. Yeah.
She's actually dressed like them franchise boys. Do we put pictures on the podcast?
I was literally thinking that. Okay, we have to. I was literally thinking we have to. Like, for the people that don't know, like Chingy and Franchise Boys, I was like, okay, we got to throw out pictures like for this one and stuff like that.
Yeah, you guys have to see it.
Oh my days. We're gonna have to put it side by side. Well, it's a little bit of work. But we
just take our word for it. She dresses like she's from the 99s.
No, you don't gotta take the word. We're gonna throw some pictures. For the people that are listening at home, you're gonna have to Google or take the word. But regardless, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
Timothee Chalamet.
Yes.
What was he doing? Oh yeah, the opera. Yeah. So yeah, but tell me more about people's reactions online, though, Amanda. Tell me more about people's reactions because I didn't.
Oh, it was very visceral.
Like people were like upset, like really upset.
Yeah, I was watching this TikTok on The View. So it's a daytime talk show with Whoopi Goldberg and
Whoopi Goldberg. I haven't heard that name in a minute.
Yeah, is she still on there? You know.
Well, regardless, okay.
I should look this up.
I was just about to say. I was like, wait a second. I just realized, bro. Ain't that your job? Like, anyway, it don't matter. Actually. You know, it doesn't matter.
It's fine. It's a daytime talk show.
It's a daytime talk show. Okay.
There was a guy on there who, I guess he's well respected in the entertainment industry, and he was ripping into Timothee Chalamet. Like, oh my gosh, it was so bad. And so his peers, I think that's like the interesting thing. Like, his peers are the ones who are really coming for his neck. Like, there was a video that Doja Cat made, like, coming for his neck. So a good amount of people are really upset by what he said. But
okay, I have an analogy here. What you said about what were you?
Oh, I was gonna say I don't know if like it almost seems like a game of telephone though. Like I don't know if people have watched the original clip of what he said, but
it's like sounding worse. Like when
like I've heard a lot of like, he just said like that the opera like doesn't matter, none of this matters, and I'm like,
yeah, I didn't think what he said was like terrible. This one's tough for me, bro, because
I'm not defending it.
You know what I think this is like? I think this is like a long time ago when, was it Lil Yachty or Lil Uzi? I'm pretty sure it was
one of the Littles.
Yeah, it was. Look it up, and it was Lil Yachty. It was Lil Yachty on Joe Budden's podcast. Look it up for me just to be sure. Lil Uzi did something else that I'm thinking that was similar, but Lil Yachty was on Joe Budden's podcast, and for those of you that don't know, this is when like Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi, 21 Savage was like first coming out, and they was basically like changing the game in rap.
It was. I think I know what you're talking about. It was.
Yeah. Lil Yachty was on the Joe Budden podcast, and he was like saying something like, "Oh yeah, no, I don't really listen to Biggie, Tupac, and like all that." And people were up in arms. They were saying, "Bro, you rap. Like, what are you on? Like, how do you not?" And he was just saying, he's like, "I don't listen to them. Like, I don't rock with them." I feel like it's akin to that. I feel like it's just like a similar situation in a sense, like, because they were visceral to Lil Yachty, but I know a lot of young people were sitting at home like, damn, I don't listen to them too, and all that, and people were leaning on the argument like, this is his field, this is his career, he's got to know his better than that. But
let me correct that,
okay,
because it wasn't the Joe Budden podcast, so it was on the Breakfast Club.
Oh, it was on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, so he was on the Breakfast Club, Lil Yachty, and he had stated that he didn't feel obligated to study.
Joe Budden didn't even have a podcast at that time.
Yeah, but there was an interaction with Joe Budden and Lil Yachty. That's the one that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where Joe Budden, which is a straight old man hater,
he was going hard on Lil Yachty. Was that the same? That wasn't the same thing as when he was talking about I don't listen to Biggie and them, right?
No, this is when Joe Budden was saying that because Lil Yachty said that he's always happy. And Joe Budden was you can't be happy all the time. No such thing.
Why are you happy?
You sound like some angry old man, but
he like, in a few years, No, that was Uzi. See, why am I confusing them?
You know what? Whatever. It's fine. But what you're talking about is Lil Yachty. He explained on The Breakfast Club that he didn't feel obligated to study the pioneers of the genre. And he stated that he couldn't name 5 Tupac songs or Biggie songs. I butchered
the whole story.
You did.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, it caused significant backlash. Like artists, even like Anderson .Paak as well.
Significant. Significant. Like people were. See, there you go. His peers coming out and saying, "Yo, what's he doing? Like what?"
Yeah, and then Yachty, he argued that he didn't need to know hip hop history to be successful in his own style, and later admitted that he only listened to 30 seconds of the music to see what the hype was about.
Bro, see, this is what I'm saying. I think it's so interesting that if he could have sat up there and lied. He could have sat up there, he could have lied, he could have dodged the question, but he was just speaking his truth.
I mean, he was born in 1997. Like,
I'm saying he was 1997? Oh,
yeah.
I thought he was a lot younger than that. Okay.
Yeah, I guess he's starting to become a little bit of an unk, but I think like, I don't know, can anyone in like Gen Z name 5 Tupac and Biggie songs? Now granted, yeah, that's his industry, I guess.
That's what people's argument is, but like but my point here is like, bro, he spoke his truth. He just said the truth. He said, this is what I think. Like I don't really rock with him like that. I don't rock with him like that. And that's just what it is. And, you know, the people telling him like, nah, bro, no. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't like him. I don't like him. People are saying, you are wrong for that. You are wrong. I think that could be your opinion. Oh, shoot. Hey, this is what I think. I think Lil Yachty, I think this is your field. You should go back and look at that. But then he has his own opinion. He says, nah, I don't want to. Like, I feel like you getting mad at that's where things get a little shaky to me. That's one thing, things get a little shaky to me. I think the same thing with like the Timothee Chalamet thing. Like I have a
Timothee Chalamet.
Timothee Chalamet. I have a different of opinion when it comes to that opera section. I don't know nothing about the opera and all that. I don't know how popular it is. I don't know this and that. So, but what I'm saying is like I have a slight difference of opinion when it comes to like who, if a field should be like abolished or not. I don't even remember if that's what he said, to be honest with you.
It's not. You're just yapping.
Girl, I'm just going.
I mean, ticket sales are usually low for the opera.
Wait, let's pause right here because we're about to, knowing us, we're about to dive into the whole section.
Yeah, we're getting all over the place.
The opera. We're going to talk about this and that. Scale back. Let's scale back. In fact, I don't even want to say my opinion on the topic. I want to go back a little more.
Okay.
All right. To the point I was trying to make in the first place. Lil Yachty being similar to Timothee Chalamet in this instance where he's saying his opinion. That's a very hot take. And I feel like sometimes you just got to shrug. And you got to be like, it's what it is. I don't think this, but
I do think it's interesting though that this year Lil Yachty did say that he reflected on some of his earlier comments and that it was due to him just really being young and that his views on older rap were too dismissive. And he now recognizes that Tupac is very talented.
And that is his new opinion. You know, he grew up and he formed a new opinion on it.
Yeah, he was like 22 or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it is. And you know what's insane? You know what's crazy? I actually thought the same thing as him, like, way back. Like, before, because I'm older than Lil Yachty. So, before I saw these comments, I actually had an old head. I had an unk in the park, right? Tell me, all right, who you be listening to? Y'all young kids, who you be listening to? I said, Wiz Khalifa. That boy down there cussed me out. Unk down there cussed me out. He said, what? I said, hey, tell me who you listen to. Who should I be listening to? He said, you're not talking about no Tupac. You're not talking about no Biggie.
Christ.
Like, what you be on? Like, you're not talking about no A Tribe Called Quest? I don't remember that's what he said.
Quest.
No, I don't remember that's what he said. But off the top of my head, I know that's something an Unk would say. So, you know, I told him, and just to mess with him, because I wanted to see Unk lose his mind. I said, nah, man, you know, honestly, Wiz Khalifa is definitely top 3 rappers of all time. Like, I think he did, boy, Unk lost it. I'm not gonna lie, Unk lost it. We was hooping too. He took the ball, he slammed it, he did, God! He said, no, man, you got to go home now. Y'all young kids, y'all don't know nothing about and y'all already know the rest. Then y'all already know the rest of Unc's speech.
That's so fascinating.
Can we hoop? Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, honestly, and this is when I was like, probably like 16, 17 or something like that. And, you know, a friend of mine, Jabari, shout out Jabari, on his iPod, excuse me, at the time.
Oof, you saying your age.
Oof, girl. On his iPod, his iPhone, something like that. I'm trying to, you know, go with that statement.
Be with the young kids.
You know, it was an iPhone, his iPod. I don't remember what it was, but it might have been Spotify. You know, he had Biggie, right, and it randomly popped up. I said, God, it was a goddamn. What song was that? In fact, I want to remember because that don't was hard.
Was it Respect?
Respect was on there. Respect was a song I listened to because right after that I said, yo, I said, Jabari, big something. And he said, absolutely. Now he a young bull like me in our era, so he only had like 3 of the songs, you know. But one of them was Respect. Another one was damn. It said Frank White. Oh no. Oh, hold on. We gonna pause because I didn't even remember this. Okay. Today's agenda. Got a suitcase up in the Centra. Go to room 112. Tell them Blanco sent you. Stop it. It feels the stranger. I know money arranges. To lead it round. Can you look at the song? Look at the song from my lyrics. I'm gonna spout out some lyrics that I want you to type these lyrics. Because all I told is stainless. You just remain this. Calm as possible. Make the deal go through. If not, here's 12 shots. We know what you do. Please keep your clean. Make the your eyes like 2 lies. Just bring back the cream or else your life is on the shelf. We mean this, Frank. Them cats we
God.
Let's get this money. This is my favorite part right here. This is my favorite part. Let's get this money, baby. They shady, we get shady.
How long is this karaoke got to go on, Uncle?
Girl, like, hey, that's all out. Got cats that blow them all out. It's called bleed. It's called bleed, right? The N is in front of the word. I can't say the word, but bleed. Man, hold on. How long did it take to? Oh yeah, I was just spouting nonsense.
I was letting you sing your acapella.
But you didn't find it at that time? How did?
N-words bleed.
Wait, you found it before me? You just let me go?
Yeah, you seem like you were on flow state.
I was on flow state. You are absolutely correct. I appreciate that. Shout out my sister, man. That's family, man. Y'all gotta get people that love you like that, man. Anywho, what was the point? What were we talking
I don't know. Oh, Jabari?
Oh, yeah. So shout out Jabari, man. So I'm listening to that song. I'm like, yo, hold on. Big doing something. Like, I see what them unks and them all them was talking about. Like, Biggie's something. So I went down and listened to Biggie's whole album, and now he's one of my top 5 rappers of all time. Like, so, you know, I will say I was thinking like Lil Yachty, like growing up. I listened to rap, but I was listening to like, when I was growing up, I listened to Nelly. Maybe you was listening to Nelly too, like.
Oh, we're like 8 years old talking about high in here.
Yeah, we listened to Nelly, like, you know, anything that was popping about the times. We did not go back. We listened to
Lil Wayne.
Yeah, shout out Lil Wayne. Yeah, but they would accept Lil Wayne from us, wouldn't they?
Now, but back then, not really.
Yeah. Oh, that's true, right? So we was only listening to like what we was like listening to. We was
what you grow up with.
Exactly. So, but regardless, going back, and I'm not gonna. Let me just say the statement. I was actually trying to avoid this statement, but let me just say it. After my Biggie run, I decided, okay, maybe I should start listening to some Tupac. And then I found out that I liked Biggie's music more. But Tupac is insanely talented, though. And I'm not saying this to cope. I'm not saying this to cover up that statement. But it's so true. Like, you could tell that he saw rap as like a true art form. And I can't say that about many rappers. Like, Tupac saw rap as like just pure and utter art. And he's just spewing out like what he feels like onto the page. Dope. Whoa. How did we get here? Anyway, this was fun. I like this segment.
I'm just vibing.
Regardless, let's wrap up the Timothy Chalamet thing.
That is what we were talking about.
Yes, it was.
The opera. I mean, it's interesting how we linked the opera back to Biggie Smalls. I don't know how we got there.
Yeah, but it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But regardless, Timothy, Lil Yachty, I think everyone should be able to say what they want to say whenever they want to say it.
Within reason.
Huh?
Within reason.
Yeah, within reason. Absolutely within reason. Like, no wild stuff. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to say it's right. I'm not going to say it's correct. I'm not going to say you even have to sit there and be like, you know what? Let me hear them out. That's not what I'm saying. Don't get it twisted. Okay, I'm not saying you got to sit there and be like, let me, if it puts a reaction into you and you cuss him out, then that's your prerogative, right? That's your prerogative. But keep it in the bounds of, I feel like, because it's a difference of opinion. It's very subtle here, but I think the twist here is like, if you're thinking in the bounds of this human is wrong for even speaking that, that's one thing. That's not what I'm leaning with. I'm thinking on the other end, if they're saying they sing and your reaction is your reaction, and then you say whatever you want, whatever it may be. Does that make sense, man?
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I might get cussed out for that too, but like,
we'll see what chat says.
Yeah. Anyway, moving forward,
it's been like 3 hours.
Oh my goodness, right? Yeah. But I really wanted to touch on this next topic, getting a tiny bit more serious. It's about people worried about Iran possibly striking American citizens on U.S. soil, which, in my opinion, which is damn near a fact, it won't happen. It's absolutely not the case. And let's get into this a little bit more. So I guess there was a report by some agency. You know what's crazy? I just realized there was like a camera in front of me. I've been looking here, where, and out there. Anyway, some agency came out and they said, oh, hey, you know.
It was the FBI.
Yeah, and I believe like the statement was like super vague, right? They looked closer at the statement. It was like really vague, but I think it was vague on purpose. I want to tell you a little bit about people's motivations, okay? And then we'll get, we'll go from there, okay?
Ooh, that sounds like some tea.
Yeah, so Iran's motivation right now is to show the entire world, including American citizens, hey, we're being oppressed by the United States, and the United States is coming in and they're bothering us, they're bugging us, we don't want them here, but they just keep lurking around, okay? And they don't want a full all-out war with the United States. The United States would do great damage onto other countries as well as itself, because a lot of people, including U.S. soldiers, would get. But it seems that some people in the United States don't really care about that. They just care about their agendas. They don't really care about. They just want to send troops out, and they're like, hey, whatever happens to them happens to them. On the other hand, Iran is like, well, you could send troops out, and that would damage them, and that would hurt them, but you would do great damage to our infrastructure and our people. And eventually, after a long period of time, you guys might win, you guys might lose. But at the end of the day, you guys are coming into our land and our territory, and our citizens and our infrastructure is going. They absolutely don't want American troops on their soil. Now, the only way that would happen is if they struck the United States directly, American citizens. That's the only way people would be up in arms, maybe, we'll get to that in a second, to have the current administration send U.S. troops. If Donald Trump were to say right now, okay, I'm sending troops into Iran, Donald Trump would get the most insane backlash of his life. And he currently absolutely understands that, okay? Now, again, the only way he would be able to, to push that agenda to get troops out to Iran is if something were to happen directly to American citizens. And he would look over and be like, see, I told you they are bad people, right? And American citizens would nod their head. Think about what happened in the early 2000s with the Middle East. A lot of people don't know this because after 9/11, the story seemed to start getting written from there, right? 9/11 happened, we went into the Middle East and a bunch of stuff happened. Well, there was a big part of the story before 9/11 happened, very similar to what's happening today. People were saying, administration, Bush and them, don't even think about going over to the Middle East. Bush is like, we want to see if they have weapons of mass destruction. The entire world, including American citizens, were like, they said they don't. Y'all sent committees to check if they do. They don't. Everybody was on the same page. Don't you dare send troops over there or we're going to think there's something else going on. Bush kept saying, I kind of want to do it. Everybody kept saying, you better not. Then 9/11 happens. All of a sudden, everybody was like, go ahead, Bush, do what you got to do. Send troops over there, do your thing. The entire world just followed along. Troops got sent over to the Middle East. So, historians are lean towards that's very convenient. It was a very convenient timing. People didn't want you to do this. 9/11 happens, then people want you to do it. You get your way. So tying that back to what's happening today, currently people don't want troops in Iran. Right? People are saying, don't do it. Don't send troops over. Iran is saying, don't send troops over. Please, world, look at us. Like, they're bullying us. Like, yo, keep them away. All of a sudden, there is a vague message by the FBI, who's very linked to Donald Trump, that says, oh, by the way, there might be an attack in California. Can you look up the exact, what they said? I want to see how vague it is. Something may or may not happen here. California, a place where Trump is very not cool with because people in California don't really rock with Donald Trump. So think about it. If we were to put the timelines exactly the same from early 2000s to now, people don't want this to happen. 9/11, an attack, something similar happens. People want it to happen. It seems, and this is just a guess because we absolutely don't know, that the current administration is thinking of a playbook to get troops over to Iran, because they absolutely want troops in Iran, because they're sitting there losing $1 billion a day. According to a war analyst, just sitting there poking at Iran and not really getting anything done there. So their prerogative, the current administration, is to get troops over there. So it seems they're trying to, again, replicate what happened early in the Middle East. Yeah, go ahead. What did the FBI say?
So the FBI had sent a warning to local police in California about a potential plan to strike the West Coast, which was based on, quote, unverified information, unquote. The FBI.
I'm not gonna make fun of you. Look, bro, sometimes you gotta say FBI. Like, you can
guys, I have a list of it.
No, you don't have a list, bro. You just be like speaking like.
My tongue is lazy. Like, it just don't feel like work.
Your tongue is lazy, bro. Like, it just be. Go.
The FBI's alert caused significant anxiety and confusion in California after it was made public on an ABC News report. But Gavin Newsom and state leaders.
Wait. Can you go back 30 seconds? I was still thinking of our last conversation.
FBI sent a warning to local police about a potential plan to strike the West Coast, which was based on, quote, unverified information, unquote.
I said 30 seconds. I guess that is technically 30 seconds. I'm sorry to the people that want to hear this quote. But, bro, you be rewinding so far. Like, I clicked the rewind button. It was like 2 statements, and you would go back to the whole beginning. But I guess that is technically like 30 seconds, technically. I know it's like 2 lines. Anyway, go ahead. Let's hey,
I don't know what you want from me, but I can just read the whole thing again.
Yes, let's do that.
The FBI sent a warning to local police about a potential plan to strike the West Coast, which was based on, quote, unverified information, unquote. The FBI's alert caused significant anxiety and confusion in California after it was made public in an ABC News report. But Gavin Newsom, who is our state governor.
Oh, yeah, we're in California.
Yes, we're in California. Born and raised. Well, not born.
Yeah, we were born
raised.
in New York. Anyway,
whatever.
Go ahead.
If I start this thing over again, I'm about to scream.
No. Just go right from there before we lose it.
Okay. Yeah. Gavin Newsom and police officials have since emphasized there was no credible threat from Iran, and the FBI and White House officials have also said there was no cause for concern. So then why say it in the first place?
But that's the question though, right? Like they're literally
like now they come out after our state officials and police said there's literally no cause for concern. Then the White House and the FBI come out and be like, oh yeah, actually there is no cause for concern.
You know what's interesting? I think them saying that makes me believe that they're smarter than I thought, but they're still not. I said this quote a long time ago, I meant it to you. It was, people don't understand that Donald Trump, he's not like a complete buffoon. Like, he's playing chess. He's just playing it very badly. Look, my statement is their ideal thing is to send troops over. That's what they would want. I think people were worried about, as they call it, a psyops, right? Isn't that the word, a psyops thing? Like basically like something happening where your own government attacks you and blames somebody else, so that can give them an agenda to do something. But I think from the statement, and this is my personal guess, it seems like they just want people to be against Iran in general, not that they're prepping that their own. Is it psyops, man? Are you looking out for me?
Yeah, I don't think that's what that is.
Really? What's it say?
Well, PSYOPs, psychological operations, now officially wait. Give me a second.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm going to continue the statement while you look up what PSYOPs means. I just won't use the word again until you confirm. Okay. So it seems like, some people were like saying that, hey, this might be a prep for the U.S. government to attack its own government so it can have an agenda or it could further its agenda to want to send troops over. But from that statement, they basically said, okay, there's no like credible this, credible that. It seems like they understand that if they did something that crazy, the people would not go for it. Because even with 9/11, a lot of people are very, very, very shaky about it. So if Donald Trump's administration were to do something like that and on that scale, I think people would see right through it. And it seems from that statement, they understand that people would see right through it. So they're just kind of throwing out a broad blanket statement to say, hey, by the way, Iran is your enemy. Oh my God, they might attack you. Ooh, you guys better be careful. I'm just saying, there's no credible source, but just saying, just remember, Iran doesn't like you, and they may attack you because people are scared. People are. I saw a statement saying like millionaires buying doomsday bunkers and all that and stuff like that. Like people are worried, and so like I think that psychologically in your mind, if you're worried about somebody attacking you, you're thinking somebody might attack me. Like you start getting more angry at the person that might attack you, the person that's making you this scared. Yes. So I think that's I think that's what they're doing, which is.
That's correct. But the PSYOP,
like,
what you mean by that? Like, okay. Well, what you described there. So PSYOP, which stands for psychological operations, are planned military or strategic actions designed to convey selected information to foreign audiences, influencing their emotions, motives, reasonings, or behaviors. So examples of that is spreading misinformation or shaping narratives in foreign media to manipulate the decisions of the population.
Interesting. So is it foreign audiences specifically?
Usually usually the military uses that for foreign audiences, like what they did for Vietnam. So like distributing pamphlets, broadcasting radio messages, or utilizing social media to decrease enemy morale. Yeah.
So my statement was absolutely incorrect. I heard somebody use.
It sounded correct, but like using it against our people.
Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's what PSYOPs means at all. But I really don't. Genuinely don't. Regardless, dang, what was I saying?
Bro, this segment, like...
No, this is good. This is good. Like, if you're following along, you're getting a...
God bless you, bro.
You're getting a hell of a podcast. Like, me and you, we locked it. If you're following on, I see what you say. Like, you know, you getting a hell of a, if you not, then this all absolutely might sound wild.
I'm with them. We're over here. We're over here confused.
Well, regardless, in a nutshell, from that statement, it just seems like it's Donald Trump's administration and the FBI trying to sow confusion, in a sense, towards the American people and Iran. Like, just remember, it's you versus them, versus try to do anything extremely drastic, because they know that they'll extremely drastic in the way of 9/11. And some people were thinking that's what Donald Trump, his administration might be prepping for, shouting out, oh, there might be an attack coming. But the statement, I think, reads a little deeper than that. It seems like they're acknowledging we don't have credible sources and we don't have. So I don't think you would prep. This is what I'm trying to say. Look, I don't think you would prep for a known attack on your own people if you're literally saying yourself in the statement, this is incredible. We barely know what we're talking about. Like, and then if you do an attack on your own people, like, people would be like, yo, that's very suspicious. I think people would see through it, you know, if they said that statement or without that statement. But regardless.
Well, the White House secretary tweeted about the unverified tip. To be clear, no such threat from Iran to our homeland exists, and it never did.
There you go. Look at that. Yeah. So, whoa. They said that? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Okay. Well, regardless, you said, wait, real quick. You said, who said that again?
The White House press secretary.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know. Look.
It was afterwards, like after. Like, the timeline is interesting.
Yeah, bro. You know, it's all back and forth. I try not to think too deep into it. Regardless, these are people's agendas, right? You got people's agendas. You got the administration trying to get troops over, okay? You got Iran trying to win the hearts and minds of the world and American citizens. Basically, so, you know, their whole goal is for people to say, wow, look at what Donald Trump's doing over there to that administration. They've stressed, you know, our battles with the United States government and your current administration. It is not with the American people. So people can be on their side, feel bad, and then like change the administration. That's their goal, because their basic goal is like they don't want any interactions like with the United States. They want the United States over there. They want to be, you know, over here. So they understand, it seems, that administration changing is massive, which it is to the United States, because right before Donald Trump, Obama was and this is Donald Trump in 2016. Obama was brokering a deal with Iran, basically, you know, hey, y'all stop your nuclear program, you get joined into the world, like, let's do this thing diplomatically. And they were all for it, they were cool with it. As soon as Donald Trump comes in, he crumples up that paper, throws it away. And his whole thing, Donald Trump's whole thing, and it seems like this is just, you got to think of these people as literal individual people. Like, it seems like this is his whole life. This is his whole upbringing. His upbringing is like with business and intimidation. Obama's is like lawyer and discussion. So Donald Trump is going in the intimidation route. Like, dude, I have a massive army that can just nuke everything. Why aren't you just listening to me? Like, he's thinking in terms of like, I have all the cards, but he's not thinking further than that, because there's so many other cards on the table. He just doesn't quite look at them. So then he gets into situations like he is now. Like, he's in a situation where he's bleeding $1 billion. The American people are seeing through what's going on and they're not rocking with it. They're like, why are you over there in the first place? He thought, okay, eventually I'll be able to send troops. And eventually American people's like, you better not send those troops. Like, we don't. So he's just not looking at all the cards. He's thinking simply, boom, 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 beat my chest. I got it. I got the army. It's not working. Iran's got cards as well, okay? And they're playing them well, because it seems, you know, they know how to play the game of chess. They've always known how to play the game of chess.
For Iran. A century.
They always have. And if you look back at history, like we were talking about in one of my YouTube videos, in fact, I posted it this week. It was about Iran releasing black hostages in 1979 and
women.
and women in the Iran hostage crisis. They said, look, we're releasing black hostages.
And women.
Yeah. No, I'm going to get to that in a second. But I'm saying they said we're releasing black hostages because black hostages black people are also oppressed in the United States. We're releasing women, listen to this part closely, because women are cherished in Iran. Because women are cherished in Islam. Okay. If you really listen to those statements, you can understand like that they're kind of speaking to the world there and the American people at that time. It's basically saying like, hey, the United States is trying to make you think that Muslim people are just bad. But we want to show you that we're releasing all these women hostages because Islam cherishes women. Like, you see that? These black people have been oppressed so much in the United States. Like, we're going to release them because we're oppressed by the United States too. So that's it's not all just like them innocently like doing something. It's also to further their own agenda. That being said, furthering their agenda doesn't mean they're doing these things just for an agenda. I saw some historians debate that Iran did this just for an agenda, but I think multiple things can be true at the same time. And I disagree with the just agenda thing, because during that hostage crisis, black people were asked a lot of questions by the people holding them hostage, the Iranian people. They were asking them like straight up, like, the black people's, their statement was like, it felt like they were trying to gauge if they were allies. And I don't think you would really do that if you were just trying to push an agenda and just release them and show the world, hey, we're releasing the oppressed. They were legit asking them like, how does racism like actually like feel there? Like, do you feel like you're second to these? Like, they were asking them a whole bunch of questions and trying to gauge their statement. And black people answered honestly. Ooh. So that's why Iran said, "Oh, we get it.
Y'all suffered enough.
Yeah, y'all. Okay, hop in the whip, hop on the plane. Y'all free to go." So that being said, it's the same agenda today. Okay, it's the same agenda today, which is basically, look, world. And this is Iran's cards. Look, world, dude. Like, this United States government, like, and their statements, like, in the beginning of this war, we don't want war. Like, dude, we don't want war. We don't want no problems. We're trying to chill, but we will defend ourselves. We're just trying to chill. That's their whole agenda. That's been their agenda for 100 years. They've been saying the same thing. We just want the United States States government to leave us alone. And we want to be cool with everybody else in the world. Okay. United States agenda is, give me that sweet, sweet oil. United States government's agenda. It's a little more than that, because Iran is where they're centered. We don't have to get like too into it, but I might make a video in the future. But where they're centered is the Strait of Hormuz. They control a lot more of the world than it seems. And if you control the people that control a lot more of the world, then you control the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, a quick example is if Iran stops this place called the Strait of Hormuz, which distributes a lot of oil and food throughout the world. And the Strait of Hormuz is like, basically, it's Iran's like Strait of Hormuz, basically, is right there. If they stop that, then Japan would run out of oil in 8 months. So Japan basically gets most of their oil from that section. So you see how powerful that is. So if you control the people that control that area, you basically kind of control Japan's oil in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Or
by proxy.
By proxy, exactly, right? So all the food that runs through that Strait of Hormuz goes to the Middle East, right? All the food that goes to the Middle East, like oil goes out to the world brings food, brings money and resources. Without food, right, the Middle East would run out of food, right? That's how connected the world is. So Iran has that. Iran is centered right there, and they produce a lot of oil. That's valuable, okay? So there's a lot more to that story. There's a lot more to that story. We, get into AI and we get into, but regardless, if you think about it like this, if Iran were to completely shut out the United States and say, we literally never want to speak to you, make a deal with you ever, ever, ever again, the United States would collapse. It would be tough for the United States. It would be extremely tough for the United States. They're holding on. It seems like the United States is powerful, but the United States is powerful for a reason. Okay. You got to think simply. In this world, all we have are resources in the ground, right? If you tap all it's why colonization happened in Africa from Europe. Them folk didn't have nothing but potatoes and beans, right?
In Europe?
In Europe, right? So Africa and India, right? So India's got all these natural resources and all that. Europe, they didn't. Genghis Khan took over the world. He quite literally stopped at Europe and he literally said, there's nothing over there. Right. So he stopped there and he said, I have taken over the world. OK, this is no disrespect. This is just the structure of the world. So, Europe looking at the bountiful resources of other places and they're like, wait, we have something because we've been fighting for these resources this whole time. So we're really good at war. That's our resource.
Europe?
Yeah, because they were fighting for these minimal resources and land and all that. They're like, dude, we're so good at this. They got very, very good at war, right? So they said, why don't we just take the war to the other places and take their resources and supply us, right? Now that's how we get to the issues that we're at today. That's why a lot of European economies are going way under because we're at a point where they can't easily colonize, right? And you got other countries, countries standing up for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's 2026. You walk over here, you're not gonna leave with everything. You know what I'm saying?
You might get sprayed.
Yeah. So, a lot more countries are banning a lot more. I'm going to say quote unquote here, little countries, right, are banding together and forming their own organizations and packs saying, look, if they come over here and do something to me, y'all got to have my back because they're going to do something to all of us, right? So Europe said, we don't want no problems. They step back. It's not from the goodness of their hearts. I guarantee you. It's because they couldn't take resources, right? And the United States is going through something similar in a sense, but the United States has that massive resource of war, right? It's got that military. It's got the most massive resource of all time in war. So it seems Donald Trump is trying to figure out how to utilize it. It's it's tough because I can't use that resource fully because the American citizens are literally staring at me. They're watching me down our barrel saying, you better not use that resource, boy. So dang, how do I do this, right? The world is looking at me. Let me try going into Venezuela, seeing if everybody freaks out. Let me try showing the world I really still got this resource. I also need some oil because I'm about to go over and mess with Iran and they're going to lose some. Let me try it. And then you start seeing why things might happen, right? So you start forming guesses, hey, Xevi's a scientist. You can't say, even though these things might sound reasonable to y'all, even if I'm saying this statement, just make sure you, in my opinion, never say that's happening for a fact, okay? Because at the end of the day, I could be off here. I could be off here. I'm just throwing out what makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these things you gather up in your mind and you think, okay, this makes sense. This makes sense. I don't know if Donald Trump is doing this to go over and protect the Iranian people. If he would really wanted to do that, maybe he would go into, if he really got mad at people that have their nations and an iron fist and he really wanted to free all the people, maybe he would have done that with North Korea. He's not doing that. So what makes sense is he's going into Iran for a different reason. If he really wanted to go into Venezuela to protect the United States from
drugs.
Exactly. If he really wanted to do that, man, maybe he would look at all the other actual countries that are distributing drugs to the United States. And
he wouldn't have given that drug dealer a pardon.
And he wouldn't have given that drug dealer a pardon. Maybe, just maybe. These are guesses that you got to form in your head and say, this makes the most sense. So let me try to go with that. Okay. Instead of just yapping. Okay. Instead of just yapping, let me vote for Donald Trump because He seems strong. Come on. Hey, you gotta do a quick Google search, baby. No, you can't just do whatever you want just because. Nah, I be seeing the craziest statements from folks, man. They be talking about why'd you vote for Donald Trump. You know, I just like the way I like. I
freedom.
I drank a beer with that man. What? Golly, that's why you vote. You not thinking about the structures of other countries, and you don't even got to think of that. What about your own money? What? $1 billion a day? Golly, on a war that don't make no sense. You talking about, no, but I'd have a beer with him. But he don't want a beer with you.
You can't afford a burger at this point.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Please.
Oh my goodness, and you can't even get a beer with Donald because you got to work all day, every day.
In the coal mines or whatever they're talking about.
To make a living.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness, y'all gotta, woo.
Gas is double the price.
But it's all for the price of freedom. I'll pay that gas.
Double the price.
I'll pay double for. I can't afford it, but I'll pay it for freedom. What? Chet, you gotta bring back your high school diploma. They gave that to you, boy. Or well, they might have taught you what they taught you, so you could say that. But we're getting into. Look, hey,
the gas is on E for empty.
No, I'm trying to say, look, hey man, I think we'll make it through, y'all. I think we will make it through. I think we'll make it through. I think the world trends towards balance. I think good is coming in hard and coming in fast. Anyway, hey man, hope you're having a great day. I'm glad y'all stuck around for the pod. If you made it this far, and thank you for listening. As always, we're gonna be back with these more frequently. These are fun. These are fun to me. I genuinely love hanging out and just talking, you know. So, you know, we're gonna do streams, I think soon, because I genuinely enjoy that too. I really like just like talking to people and like seeing like, you know, their thoughts on videos and you know, just I like that community aspect. I'm also gearing up to play some games with Menda. I don't know if y'all would like that, but
Xevi got me a PC.
Yeah, I got her a PC, and we might do some Let's Play stuff. We might do some Let's Play adventures and like some story games, and we'll do that with the folk. Anyway,
have a good weekend, y'all.
Have a good weekend, and y'all be easy.